The Jets won the Week 2 matchup because of their blitzing defense. It stopped Tom Brady. So can it work here again today? If the New England Patriots, an emotional, tough loss, you know, a few days ago against the Indianapolis Colts, can they be emotionally ready to play a hated division rival?
Both of these teams with last-second losses a week ago. The Jets dropping the game to Jacksonville, while the Patriots lost that 13-point lead late at Indianapolis. So it's Jay Feely, a former Tom Brady teammate at Michigan, sends it all the way down to the goal line. And that's Julian Edelman, the rookie from Kent State, running out with it across the 20. And then hammered by Eric Smith at the 27. Brady with 19 touchdowns on the season versus only 6 interceptions. But interestingly, of course, not seeing the Jets in 08, but you go back to the second meeting they had in 07 and the one earlier this year. His last 2 meetings against the Jets, he has not thrown a touchdown pass. Now here come the Patriots throwing out of the gun on first down, and tight coverage on Stanback, but the catch goes for 5 yards. A second down and 5. They're going to run it with Maroney, and Maroney tackled by Strickland, but picks up 2. So it'll be a 3rd and 3. We'll be watching very closely Revis and Randy Moss today. 3rd and 3, and up top Brady goes, and that was in the hands of Moss, and Revis jawing with him a little bit, knocks it out.
And Darrelle Revis told us last night he never talks to the opposing players, but it's one-on-one coverage to the outside. Tom Brady makes a good throw, trying to throw it behind the receiver, but Darrelle Revis, what reactions? Turns, finds the football, and knocks it down.
So the Jets defense forces a 3 and out to start. Again, they deferred that coin toss, so a good beginning for New York. Jericho Cotchery is the return man.
Into a breeze.
That's Hansen, who is a hang time specialist. They don't return many of his boots, nor this one. 42 yards, no return. Now on 1st and 10, the Jets run it right ahead, straight ahead with Thomas Jones for 7. The young man, 2nd and 3, faces at the 30. We'll call it 2nd and 4, actually. Completes his throw to Keller, who is pile driven back but has the first. So they've got Hunter lined up on a wing as a tight end, and shift him now over to that left side. And it's Thomas Jones, another carry on 1st down for about 2. I'd like to welcome those of you who saw the Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers in overtime. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. The Jets with their first drive of the game. Well, the ball actually began in the hands of New England. 3 and out for Brady and company. Hey, the Giants win in overtime. They defeat Atlanta. They had blown a 14-point lead late in that game, but win it in overtime. 2nd and 7 for New York. And just busting through is Vince Wilfork. That's a loss of 4. 3rd and 11. And through the hands of Clowney, David Clowney. So the Jets muster 1 first down, and now they'll bring out Weatherford. I would like to welcome now the full nation joins us at this very moment. So Jets and Patriots just underway. Jets pick up 1 first down on their first series. Patriots with 3 plays and a punt after the opening kick. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Foxborough. And that's the Jets' Steve Weatherford punting it out of bounds. Ball being spotted after a 36-yard punt right at the 29-yard line. So here's Tom Brady, who's been on quite a stretch. And Phil, we've been with the Patriots so many times this year. Is it just me, or is he throwing the ball better than he was a month ago and a month before that, like when he played the Jets in week 2?
Well, Jim, just getting in the groove, getting back after missing a year, absolutely throwing the football better. Now, we asked him that yesterday, and Tom Brady's one of those guys that's never completely happy but he admits, he says the difference between now and week 2, how he threw the ball against the New York Jets, big difference.
Maroney. And that was Leonard coming in there in the backfield. And again, Rivas has picked them each of the last 2 encounters. Late in the 07 season and week 2 of this one. 84 consecutive throws by Brady against the Jets without a touchdown. Finds Falk. It gets away from Leonard. Leonard maybe not able to wrap him up with that bum thumb. That's a 25-yarder.
That's a good point. Hard to make tackles sometimes when you're not able to wrap receivers up with both hands. But this is something the Patriots want to do in this game. They did not do in their first game in week 2 of the season. Get their backs out of the backfield, tight ends, quick, get them down the field, and not worry about always blocking blitzers. Make them cover you once you go down the field.
Look at that oversized glove on that right hand, which was operated on this week. Got a flea flicker coming up. Brady trying to get Moss the ball, and it's over his head. And Rivas was right there with him stride for stride, trying to quiet Darrelle Revis rather quickly, and unable to.
Excellent job of reacting to the flea flicker. Good carry out by Maroney. Takes it into the line, tosses it back. Welker's covered in the one-on-one. Well, we've heard a lot about it. Good coverage down the field. And I said earlier, Darrelle Revis does not talk to opponents, but I think he talked to Randy Moss in that first series because he felt like Randy Moss couldn't even give him credit for doing a good job against him in the first game.
Boy, his coach said, Rex Ryan said, Revis gives us a chance against New England no one else has, having that corner. And that's Falk for about 10. Wrapped up by David Harris. Falk with a couple of big catches. It's 3rd and 1. Just short. That's Edelman. Edelman bobbling that. Look at what the Patriots were trying to do to the Jets here, and it backfired a little bit. It'll be 4th down.
Edelman, college quarterback, instead of letting Tom Brady run the quarterback sneak, trying to catch him off guard, he comes in motion, but didn't look like he got underneath there, got his hand set to receive the snap.
Well, 4th and 2 last week, 4th and 1 this week. A little different situation. We'll be talking about that a little later on. No doubt what he's going to do in this one. And regardless of the outcome of this play, I don't think anyone will be second guessing him. 4th and less than a yard. And it's Maroney has the first.
If it was up to me, I would have punted it. But I'm not surprised that they went for it because of the history, and it was Tom Brady throwing the football.
And it's Maroney with the handoff for Brady for 2 yards. And talking to Bill Belichick yesterday about all this, did the ball come out? And Maroney had already gotten up and started to walk back to the huddle.
Roll down.
They had ruled him down. Jeff Triplett already indicating that. Stays with New England. Coach Belichick, though, yesterday saying with all that. Oh, now wait a minute. As the Patriots offense was huddling, now they've changed their mind. The ruling on the field is a fumble.
Looks like the football did come out, Jim. Lawrence Maroney, big fumble last week against the Colts. Up inside, there the football came out. Definitely comes free.
Marcus Douglas, I believe, was the one who reached in. So it is a fumble. Just to finish the thought, Belichick had said, hey, this week, this game couldn't get here fast enough. But a fast turnover giveaway by the Patriots. Now they are going to challenge it. Belichick throws the red flag. I'd like to welcome the Cleveland Detroit audience. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here at Gillette Stadium, Foxborough, Massachusetts. The Lions winning on the last play, their second win of the season.
England is challenging the ruling on the field of a fumble.
Hard to see the fumble by Lawrence Maroney. Going to try to circle it for you. The bottom, there it is. Does he have possession of it when his wrist and forearm hit the ground? Now, his hand does hit the ground before that, but you are not down when this hand hits the ground.
Blocked a little bit by Connolly. That last one, though, you could really see. There it is at the bottom.
There it is. Does he have possession of it when his wrist and forearm hit the ground?
After review, the ruling on the field stands. New England has charged the timeout and used their first challenge.
That was a recovery by Brian Thomas.
Jim, go back to a lot of things you've said. We're talking about the fourth down of Bill Belichick, but you look at this, you challenge situations like this, especially in the first half. You're driving down, you're in scoring territory, and timeouts are not the end all in the first half. Use them when you think you need them in the first half. Second half, you guard them and you keep them, all three, if possible, to the end of the game.
Pats had entered this week with only 8 fumbles, fewest in the league. As Sanchez finds his man, it's Braylon Edwards reaching across for a first.
They're a lot tighter and tougher in the NFL.
Working on a first down, and that wide of Cotchery.
One of the things Brian Schottenheimer, offensive coordinator, loved to see him do more of. Throw it to the short receiver when the running backs when the wide receivers are covered, just like the last play. Tony Richardson wide open.
They run it to Sean Green. And boy, I tell you, they wrapped him up, didn't they? Thomas took his legs away. 2 yards for the rookie out of Iowa. Davis Thomas just lift him off the ground here.
Well, they're getting this is a good way, really, all this plays like that. That emotionally gets the crowd. You can hear the crowd's into it, but it gets these Patriot players physically, emotionally into this game today.
It's a third down. Got to get to the 46 of New England. Picked off. And look out. The run back. Bodden taking it home. Touchdown, New England.
A lot of factors here for the Patriots. They keep Mark Sanchez in the pocket. Tight coverage down the field. He tries to anticipate the throw, and sometimes when you try to anticipate too much, if you're off a couple feet, it leads to big problems. And Lee Bodden, all over the wide receiver, takes advantage of a football thrown off target.
A 53-yard run back. That's the 7th return touchdown against the Jets this season. Ties Pittsburgh for most in the league, and they have not had a single one on their side. The Jets, one of only 4 teams in the league not to score on a return touchdown this season, and they've surrendered 7. Actually, the Steelers today gave up a kick return and made it 8 they've allowed this year. They pick Sanchez and run it back. Bodden, who had never had an interception run back for a score in his days as a Cleveland Brown and member of the Detroit Lions last year, he did have a blocked field goal return for a score. He gets this crowd electrified. This is Dwight Lowry on the return. Justin Miller today is inactive, and we've got flags everywhere.
During the return, personal foul. Block below the waist. Number 53 of the return team.
Watch the tight coverage. It's a blitz by the Patriots, and you see more of this by the Patriots now. The tight coverage makes Cotchery go off target just a little bit with the route, and like I told you, when you're trying to anticipate those types of throws, that is dangerous stuff. Anytime you see, Jim, you see a receiver that's coming back to the quarterback, those are not routes that you anticipate. You see it, then you throw it.
So just inside the 10, they start this. Their 3rd series. Thomas Jones working that middle. And he's got 6.
But you can already see, I can tell, when that third down, the Jets are going to get a little dose of their own medicine. I think the Patriots are going to blitz Mark Sanchez and make him stand in there, make these tough decisions, and then throw in some tight windows. Last week, they got after Peyton Manning and played tight coverage down the field, or they tried to. If they do that against Peyton Manning, you know they're going to try it against the Jets.
A 2nd and 4. Run it again. And Jones right into a wall. Maybe a yard or two. It'll be 3rd and short coming up.
And you know the Jets, they're looking for confidence, trying to get off. They don't even look to get off. They're not saying we want a 10-0 lead. They just want to get the game going and not have something bad go against them. What was it last week, Tim? First pass, intercepted.
Yep, and Sanchez talked to us last night about how he got, he regained the composure, shook it off. Will he do that today?
Got to fight through it.
What will they do here? Will they have him throw it? Yes, they will. 3rd and 2. And off the hands, Braylon Edwards with a drop.
Big drop, opening drive, the first 3rd down they had. He threw one down the seam. The play was there. The plays are there to be made, but you got to throw and catch at the NFL. And Braylon Edwards, perfect throw by Mark Sanchez, and he had to wait after throwing an interception. That's another tight window to throw a football into.
Yeah, Bandit Kane was trying to get a hand on it. Edwards should have made the grab. It's Weatherford booting it away to Welker. Had a big run back against the Colts last week. We've got a flag down. Back at the line of scrimmage as Welker somersaults at the 43 and a flag on the back end of it as well. Izzo on the tackle. 49-yard punt, 9-yard run back, but 2 penalties.
During the kick. There are 2 fouls during the play. Illegal blocking the back. Number 38, the return team during the return. That penalty is declined. Holding, number 58 of the return team during the kick. That penalty is accepted. 10 yards, first down.
Jim Nantz and Phil Simms back here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. It's about 45, overcast, stormy weather coming in the next couple of days, but it's going to be dry through this one, we expect. Unlike the 3 inches of snow we saw here back in October when we saw the Patriots throttle Tennessee. As Brady unloads it to Welker, and he's got the first down out to the 42, running away from David Harris, who caught up with him, but not until it picked up 17.
You try to play tight coverage. David Harris against Wes Welker, no chance. Gets out of his cuts faster than anybody else in the New England Patriots. Tom Brady immediately caught the football and looked for Wes Welker. You know what? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
Go ahead. He just keeps making so many catches, 7 straight games with at least 6 grabs.
You focus on Randy Moss, they throw it to Wes Welker.
Yep. Isaiah Stanback back in the game. And it's Welker on the end around. Stanback throwing a block for him. And that's Leonard, not until Welker picks up the first. He runs for 12.
Reverses always a good part of an offense when you're trying to make the opponents settle down, make them play their keys. Really, you do it to slow them down. And a couple of things as you watch this Patriots offense. When they want to throw, they are spreading the field as wide as they can with 4 wide receivers because it makes it easier on Tom Brady to see who's going to blitz, and he's able to get rid of the football faster.
And Maroney, still driving the leg, is going to hold on to the football snugly this time. 2nd down and 8. Sideline, and that's Revis knocking it away. Interesting matchup to watch.
It's interesting, and you can see the Patriots, they want to try to take advantage of this down the football field. This is a terrific throw by Tom Brady, but Revis sees the football in the air and what he's able to do, he can outrun it. That's why he knocked it down.
Moss didn't really post any numbers to speak of in week 2. 4 catches for minimal yards, 34 yards. And Rivas felt like that after the game and leading into this week, that Moss didn't show him respect. And it's been an interesting little exchange played out through the week. Now they play it on the field. Brady to Welker. And Leonard lands on him at the 31. 15 picked up.
The formations, moving players, stacking receivers. Tom Brady getting rid of it quick. That's what happens. Look like that happened that time. You had Edelman going inside, and then you got Wes Welker coming behind. And even though Thomas is basically unblocked, coming in on Tom Brady, still able to get it off. Good game planning, working the way they hoped for their offense so far.
Welker's picked up 3 first downs on this drive. And 1 by Rush. Brady flings it back to Welker for another catch and a first. Down to the 12.
It's amazing how things change. I know Tom Brady wasn't in the groove in week 2, coming back from his knee injury, but a different game plan and the execution, it just looks like a different offense for the New England Patriots. And Tom Brady just, you know, Jim, just talking to him yesterday, he goes, he looks back at the film in week 2 and what did he say? He goes, I can't even believe some of the stuff we were trying to do. So they feel more confident about what they're going to do here today, and it looks it so far.
He didn't have Welker that game. He's out with a knee as Maroney takes it down to the 9. You know, the other thing about Brady, not only was he rusty, missing basically an entire season, but he also suffered an injury during the preseason when Albert Haynesworth down at Washington, week 3 of the preseason, we were there when he landed on his right shoulder.
Yeah, you and I were talking about that, and I said, look, there's no doubt he missed the rest of that game where he was going to play more. The last week of preseason, practice time, the knee injury, all the other things that go with it. Of course, it had to have a factor, and I think we saw that early. But I'd say the last 4 or 5 games, he is throwing the football physically about as well as he can throw it.
10 seconds to go, first quarter, 2nd and 7. And that's an incomplete pass. Falk thought he had it.
I think he wanted to run and tell Coach Belichick to challenge it, didn't he, for a second? And that is very close. But the football does hit the ground and it moves. You have to have, which it's allowed to, but you got to have clear possession of the football. And then if it hits the ground and moves a little, they'll still give you the catch.
All right, again, they did not score a touchdown of any kind in the first game against the Jets, week 2. Again, a defensive score already today. 3rd and 7. Brady spins away, flag down and over the head of Moss. Kerry Rhodes deflected it.
Holding. Number 52, the defense. 5-yard penalty. Correction. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
We're going to run one more play here at this end off the penalty.
Yes, defensive penalty. Quarter cannot end on it. That's why they will run one more play. Both teams caught off guard by it just a little bit. Jets just sending in defensive replacements, and the offensive players of the Patriots had to be waved back onto the field.
First and goal. There's the touchdown, and it's Moss with Rivas standing by.
That was Tom Brady and Randy Moss. This is a run play to the right, and Tom Brady has the choice of throwing a quick look pass to Randy Moss. He takes it, gets the touchdown.
You just knew they wanted to get one in a hurry. They got one on the last play of the first quarter.
From that place on the field, I thought that was a pretty risky throw.
Stephen Gostkowski, Hanson on the hold, and they close out the quarter. They found the end zone, in fact, twice. They returned by Bodden, then the touchdown pass, Brady to Moss, with Welker doing a lot of the heavy lifting down the field. So they've outscored with 9-point total back in September 16th, and Gostkowski sends it on one hop into the second row. So now you're in a hole here if you're Mark Sanchez and the New York Jets, having lost 5 of the last 6. They've lost some heartbreakers, but down 14-0 on the road starting quarter number 2. Jim Mansfield Sims here. Thomas Jones ekes out that's Sean Green, just a yard.
Tell you what, Jim, we've done a lot of games up here, but I just got the feeling, and in the stadium, and I can hear it with the crowd. It's about as fired up as I've seen him in quite a while.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they're not taking this winning for granted.
Well, last time they were all bundled up. Remember when we were here last, it was October the 18th. They were playing Tennessee.
Right.
They had a lot to cheer about in a 59-0 win.
Wait,
But they couldn't get their hands free. They were all covered up.
Are you telling me you weren't bundled up that day?
Yeah, we had the electric blanket out for you. Second down and 9. Good fake by Sanchez. Frozen for a minute now. Has to throw it away. They got a flag down. Mike Wright and Adalius Thomas were finally in on Sanchez after the play action froze him for a second. Yeah, what we've seen here in the last 5 quarters is 73-0 when you take the Tennessee game, and this one through 15 minutes today.
Some of the numbers in the league now, I don't comprehend.
There is no foul for illegal contact, as his quarterback was out of the pocket.
So they pick up the flag, and it'll be 3rd and long, and then no doubt be coming after Sanchez again.
Lee Bodden down the field. There's the contact, but Mark Sanchez had already left the pocket, and once he leaves the pocket, from tackle to tackle, defensive backs are allowed to make contact with wide receivers down the field.
He's 0 for 3 throwing on 3rd down with the pick and the run back. He was mistake-free when he met them in his 2nd game of his career and led him to victory. Look out, Sanchez going down with a flag, no doubt holding against the Jets. Tully Banta-Cain, as well as Jonathan Wilhite, collide on the quarterback.
Holding. Number 60 of the offense. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
D'Brickashaw Ferguson, it's the blitz, and it is confusing when you watch it. And Mark Sanchez, really, the pocket's pretty good, but he sees the pressure, panics just a little bit, and D'Brickashaw Ferguson, he doesn't know his quarterback's right behind him. It makes him hold the defender.
Tully Banta-Cain, who began his career as a Patriot, then left to go back out to the Bay Area where he's from, played with the 49ers, and then rejoined the Patriots. Look at Rutherford doing a good job to field that snap. But a one-hopper to Welker. Stiff arm right into the face. Patriots on 1st down. And a good starting point at the 41-yard line. They go for 4 with Kevin Falk. They are sitting down again today. Fred Taylor, Sammy Morris still out with injuries, both inactive. We had 3 healthy backs, Maroney, Falk, and Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis.
Tell you the one thing, if you notice too, Jim, just that last play, a lot of quick counts by the Patriots. Why do you do that? Because you want this Jets defense to get ready and declare what they're going to do.
Flag thrown. They may have failed to beat the down clock.
There is no delay of game, as the play clock never reset to 40 seconds on the previous play. Please set the play clock to 25 seconds. Thank you.
To you and I said something to you. You're talking about a big series for this Jets defense. Rex Ryan, known for his success in the NFL, but what he's done on the defensive side has got to change a little bit what he's done the first couple series.
2nd down and 6. Back to Moss. And another catch. I was talking about earlier, Rex Ryan feeling as though Revis gives the Jets a chance that no other team really can say they have when they go against New England, because he feels like he is the best corner in football.
Yes, he does. And you know what happens? Everybody that plays the Patriots, they have to take 2 defenders and put them on Randy Moss. Well, the Jets do not do that. Revis goes everywhere in the field with Randy Moss and has him one-on-one a lot.
And that's Maroney with Thomas a hold of him. Thrown it to him 5 times, 2 catches, including the touchdown. And 2nd and 7. That one too steep. And it was not Revis on Moss that time. It was Drew Coleman.
A little changeup.
Well, the Jets, with this stretch they've had after the 3-0 start, they've lost 4 games on basically last possession, or if in overtime, you can count that one as well. And how do you fire them up? This week, one thing, this impassioned speech by Coach Rex Ryan that drew tears and drew it a lot of attention. Somehow that leaked out of the locker room. 3rd down and 7. Jets defense needs to make a play here.
There's nobody deep.
Welker is to the 10, down to the 4. Eric Smith saves the touchdown.
You know what they did, Jim? That sometimes you can't be too clever. The Jets, the Patriots are ready for it. Everybody's near the line of scrimmage on a blitz, and they retreat. But look at the gap that it leads for Wes Welker going up the seam. And what a job by Tom Brady finding him. And that's what happens. The rules break down. Darrelle Revis up tight to the line of scrimmage. It's a zone. Somebody should be deep on that side of the field. Nobody is there. Eric Smith saves the touchdown.
Welker having another big afternoon. 43-yard play. Sets it up 1st and goal. And Maroney wanted to slide a little bit outside, then took it off tackle for maybe a yard.
Jim, let's go back and look at that. Everybody up. You're going to get a guy back here, but where's the defender that has this deep 3rd for the New York Jets? Well, he's up near the line of scrimmage. Everybody looking underneath Wes Welker. When you play the Patriots, anytime it's 3rd down or inside the 20, through the years, they send their players vertical up the seams. Tom Brady, one of the best at throwing them.
Matthew Slater to the right. Now sent in motion. Maroney again. Driving forward. Looks like he's into me. Touchdown, New England.
This Patriots offense, they talked about today. Of course, you always want to come out and play well, but to get a lead, to help their defense out. They know it's hard for the Jets just to stand in here and keep running the ball if they have a lead, and boy, I'd say 21-0 is a good enough lead.
Well, that old calf roper out of Fresno, California, Logan Mankins, if you will, just lassoed his running back and let him in. Just pushed him across the goal line. Logan Mankins, the Pro Bowler as well. How about Lawrence Maroney? Coming on here, 5 touchdowns over the last 5 games. Well, Lawrence Maroney had a fumble last week at Indianapolis and one earlier today that was lost to the Jets. He did not score a single touchdown through the first 5 games of the year, but now he's got 1 in each of the last 5 games. Maroney giving the Patriots the 21-0 lead. And Gostkowski, this one's going to be run out by Lowry. From 2 yards deep. Going to get past the 20. McGowan has the angle, and Gostkowski helps shove him out of bounds. Pittsburgh falls to Kansas City in overtime. All the stories coming up. First down Jets. Thomas Jones for 2. This Jets team is #1 in the league rushing the football. Of course, they had some staggering numbers back-to-back weeks. And when against Buffalo and Oakland, when they went over 300 yards in consecutive games, first NFL team to do that since the Bills back in 1975. You look at what they do, though. They run the football. Their defensive stats are good, but they're 4-5 on the year and are down big here. They've lost some tight ones. Sanchez rolls out, knocked down, knocked away by Will Height. They're going for Cotchery.
Just tight coverage. That's what it is. And I think you and I have watched during the year as the Patriots have played more and more of these young defensive backs. And one thing that's happened when these young defensive backs that come in the game, they challenge receivers more. They're up on them. They're making quarterbacks throw into tighter spaces. And they're absolutely doing that so far to the Jets.
Another 3rd and long for New York. Sanchez gets it away, but he's picked again. It's Boughton for a second time. And Keller this time prevents any kind of return. That pass was going to Braylon Edwards.
Watch Brandon McGowan, number 30. He comes across the formation. Look at all the Jet running backs, offensive linemen, nobody to block. They block no one. Sanchez steps up because he's rushed. He's off target. And Braylon Edwards not even looking for the football.
So New England has it at 48, up 21 and looking for more. 21 in the last 11 minutes. That ball pulled in by Moss. That was Coleman covering him, 5 yards.
Well, Randy Moss talking a little bit to the Jets sideline, and you know what the Jets sideline has to say to that, don't you?
Not much you can say.
Nothing. You got to take it. You're down 21-0. You got to be quiet.
Yep.
Well, we were talking about it. I even thought it. You're not sure. And if you'd made me guess, I said no, that they would not be emotionally up and so into the game. But the Patriots came out with enthusiasm and being physical right from the start.
That's Welker. What a block by LaVore on Strickland. Mark LaVore pancaked the Jet defensive back.
Left tackle, Mark LaVore, 64, watch him come out. He's just excited to play. Oh my gosh, that is a big hit. Good block. Patriots excellent in the screen game to the outside. Well, you could hear it, Jim, and Sebastian Vollmer out at left tackle. Donald Strickland has to come out. Oh.
Vollmer, who started in place of Matt Light, did suffer a head injury on the Patriots last series, so LaVore has shifted over and he has made an impact.
Well, the depth of this Patriots offensive line being tested. You remember a few weeks ago we said something to Coach Belichick about it, and he goes, I got 5 tackles. He didn't identify them to us, but I think he's confident he can shift his guys around and still get the job done.
It's still 3rd and 1. They go up the middle. And the law firm, Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, has enough for the first at the Jets 41. Mankins and Kerry Rhodes exchanging some pleasantries, if you will. Mark LaVore also in that mix.
You know, one play I hate, Jim, in these situations is a quick handoff to the fullback. But this one's different because the fullback really is a halfback.
Why do you hate it?
Just because they're not used to carrying the football. It's too close to the line of scrimmage. They can't make the right move, the cut. They don't have time to see the blocking. And it seems like it never works.
You saw it in that last throw to Welker. Brady just passed Bledsoe. Most completions in Patriot history. And driving ahead. Great piece of running, Lawrence Maroney. Running right into Kerry Rhodes. Gain of 14.
Sometimes this is what your team is about. We saw it with LaVore on the block. It's just about being physical and just out-hit the other team. And you can out-hit the other team even if you're a running back, whatever you're doing. Even if somebody comes to block you, hit him first. And that's what it looks like for the Patriots today. They are absolutely throwing the first punch.
Boy, that was Mankins, Connolly, and LaVore opening up that gaping hole. First down from the Jets, 27. Back to Maroney. Cuts back a little to the inside, and he's got 4 yards. Cowboys eke out a victory today, 7-6 over the Redskins. Second down and 6. Edelman. Thrown down after, though, he picks up another first. Dwight Lowry tosses him to the turf, gain of 8.
Boy, Edelman's starting to look more and more like Wes Welker, isn't he? I mean, he watch the footwork, how fast it is, how quick, always underneath him. And as Tom Brady said to us, he goes, it's hard to believe this guy was never a receiver until he came to us during an off-season camp after the draft.
Came to a passing camp, as you said, quarterback at Kent State, drafted in the 7th round. And that's been Jarvis. Green Ellis for 1.
Well, you just go back to talking about Edelman, though, Jim. Think about what he can do. We've seen the Patriots, they love their players to be versatile. He can play multiple positions at wide receiver. He can carry the football because he did that a lot as a quarterback. He can be your third quarterback.
You know, the thing is, I'm not sure you're talking about Edelman or Isaiah Stanback, too, when you really get down to it.
That's right.
Who they just brought up last week, caught a couple of balls against the Colts, and has one here today, former University of Washington QB. 2nd and 9, and that's just thrown away by Brady. And they have a couple of wideouts that can beat you a lot of different ways, and I'm not talking about Moss and Welker. There's more depth than just that.
I think as you watch this game too, and you and I talked about it, if the Patriots don't want to go back on that game too much against the Colts, if they could do one thing over, I think they would line up and run the football more than they did to change the pace of the game and take pressure off their defense.
Steinbach lined up to the right. We just mentioned him. And 3rd and 9 timeout called by the Jets. 3rd and 9 from the Jets 14. Rolling out, looking for Moss. He's shoved out, but he's short of a first, only 6.
Yeah, the idea was very good, but what holds it up, it's the tight coverage and being physical at the line of scrimmage by Darrelle Revis. So Randy Moss can't get down there to get the first down. Watch it, because he stays right in there and fights him. It makes him break the route off before the first down marker. And Tom Brady, one thing he's improved on over the years, throwing on the run. Now, used to be the weakest thing he did. Now it's very good.
26-yard field goal attempt, Stephen Gostkowski. And he drives it through. Actually, this is almost the anniversary date, if you will, of Brady seeing any real first significant action. First completion. Came in a game at Detroit. That's Lowry. Second good run back. Can the Jets put anything together before the half? It's been dreadful so far. Thomas Jones and big Vince Wilfork has a hold of him. Jets with 26 total yards. Patriots with 24 total points. And that's Jones scattering ahead for about 7.
You know, Jim, since the offense is struggling, they're not getting the yards, they're not making plays, what happens is you actually got to be more careful, because you think, well, if we just open it up and start throwing it and putting pressure on the linemen to protect, and for Mark Sanchez to make the reads and the throws, it's just going to get worse.
Sanchez lined up wide to the right. Brad Smith will take the snap.
Running backs behind him, so he could hand it off.
3rd and 2, run an option. Sean Green, boy, were the Patriots ready for that.
Yep, they were ready for it, and you know why, because they just saw this a couple weeks ago. And they went over the adjustments about what do you do against the Miami Dolphins if the option comes down the line. And McGowan has the running back. Adalius Thomas has the quarterback. There is nowhere to go.
Belichick loved it.
Oh, he does. Gets surprised on the defensive side. You make the right adjustment. That's exciting to a coach.
Weatherford. Welker, fair catch. At the 21. 40-yard punt.
New England defender said to us, be ready for gadgets. Not that that was a gadget they just did there, but something different. Be ready to think on your feet, make the adjustments.
Jets with 2 first downs, New England with 14. Kevin Falk skips to the outside. And with a flag, picks up 6.
Holding, number 70 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Call on Mankins at the 2-minute warning. It'll be a 1st and 20 coming out of the 2-minute warning. Each side 2 timeouts before the half. And the Patriots will snap it from the 11. Falk sidesteps the hit of Bart Scott. It's close to a 10-yard gain.
That was a good example. Instead of trying to always block the blitzers, Kevin Falk just says, nope, I'm going to let you come free. And he throws it over the top. And they said, try to tackle Kevin Falk or whoever else Brady throws the football to one-on-one. Tough to do.
Yeah, Falk shaken up and doubled over on the sideline.
Kevin Falk has followed the NFL a long time. One of the most versatile players I've ever seen on either side of the football.
Unsung hero for sure for the Patriots. Part of the team since '99. 2nd down and 10. And Welker turns around to make the nice grab. It'll be 3rd and about 6 for New England. And a timeout called by the Jets. Looking for a 3rd option now. And hit from behind, ball's out. Recovered by the Patriots. Sean Ellis stripped him. And LaVore falls on it. Saving the Jets having the football in the red zone.
Good coverage by the Jets. Tom Brady, how about that protection? And he's going to try to turn and throw it down the field. But a good job by Sean Ellis staying after it.
So the Jets called their last timeout.
Good job, good of using the timeouts for the Jets. And really, when you look at that situation, Jim, 24-0, big mistake by Tom Brady, because don't give him a chance. Randy Moss covered going across the middle, nowhere to throw it. They doubled Wes Welker inside, and they were really just daring Tom Brady throw it down the field to Kevin Falk.
Chris Hansen. First punt is not returnable, 42 yards. That only a handful of punts returned this year. Look out. They get to him. Punt block picked up Brad Smith. Touchdown Jets. Blocked by Eric Smith. And the Jets have their first return touchdown of the whole season.
How about that for a turnaround to give this team a little hope going in at halftime? And it's a rush right up the middle.
Eric Smith. Boy, he blocked it. And Brad Smith.
Nice pickup.
That's the first punt block against the Patriots since David Bowens of the Jets did it back in December of '07. Extra point good by Feely.
Left side, oh, they make the mistake. When the defenders crowd the line of scrimmage, it confuses the blocking assignments. And so Eric Smith comes on basically unblocked, untouched.
Little Smith and Smith collaboration, and the Jets find 6. Mike Westhoff loving it.
Mark Sanchez. I guess that was excitement. It's been a rough first half for this Jets offense.
Just 50 seconds to go in the half, and the Jets get something now, at least a little glimmer, as they've only again produced 2 first downs the whole first half.
Well, Jim, they could go in, rethink what they're doing on the offensive side, and kind of change their plan and decide what was working, what did they do that was different to us that we weren't expected. I don't see anything that's unexpected by this Patriots defense except just beating them man to man. But the Jets do get the football to start the second half.
With any kind of return here, the Patriots with 2 timeouts, they still have a chance to do a little business here before the intermission. Kick right to the sideline to Edelman. Breaks free across the 32-yard line. How about the Jets' first punt block return for a touchdown since '86? Albert Lewis, 371 games. Brady waiting, and finding Welker, and New England just like that back at the Jets 45. 23 yards.
How about that? You think, well, they're going to come out here and be conservative. That's what I thought. Maybe run a draw play, hoping to get it. But watch Wes Welker. How's that for a route? Fakes going across the field, stops, and then comes the other way. Jim Leonard can't cover him. And this is all about just putting pressure on your offensive lineman to hang in there that long.
Welker, #1 in the league in yards after the catch. He's got 124 yards in this half on 7 catches. Wes Welker. So a timeout called by New England. They're left with 1. 34 seconds to go in the second quarter.
You're in this division. You have to draft, acquire, or have somebody in your team that is just capable of covering Wes Welker in the slot position. Otherwise, you don't win.
Looking for Welker again, and able to deflect the blow a little bit of Kerry Rhodes and hold on to the catch at the 30. Bart Scott was rushing Tom Brady, who hustles to the line. But another timeout called. So that's it for them.
Well, when you look at this, I know what the Jets are going to say. First off, good throw and catch by the Patriots. But Kerry Rhodes playing center field, watching Tom Brady look down the middle almost the whole time, and then he has to throw it softly up the field. You expect your safety to be able to get in there, make the play, cause a fumble, or get the interception.
So they got Gostowski at the very least with a shot at one here, barring any kind of giveaway. Welker now with 8 catches on the afternoon.
And on defense, you got to be careful. Don't overplay, because the Patriots will send somebody to try to score.
On a fake, now the fire. Scraped off the ground. Was it complete? Yes. Spike coming up. That was Welker again.
Plenty of time.
For 13. Now, but it's in the books. They're saying that they're going to review it before that snap on the spike. So they're going to review the catch by Welker. And that's not going to be a catch. Boy, Brady was running to the line. as quickly as possible to save time with, of course, the timeouts all used up. But also was a chance to go ahead and put the Welker play in the books.
Was that play blown dead by an official before the snap and the stopping of the clock?
It was close.
Here we go. Let's watch it. Umpire, does anybody? Well, you know, and here is the rule. If that buzz, if he feels the buzzer go before the ball is snapped, then it is reviewable. It doesn't, you know, you understand, Jim? So
yeah,
it's not his hand action, it's when he feels it.
Back here at the 28-yard line.
Kind of hard to see, but there is his hands on it because he's waiting to see if the buzzer goes off, because he knew it was tight. So Jeff Triplett, aware of the situation, knew that it could have been was it a catch or not? And Wes Welker, you clearly said this is not a catch. The football goes in, hits the ground, then his arms go around it.
Of course, it's going to be ruled an incompletion, and that means they're going to have to put some time back on the clock, too.
Time back on the clock. Find the spot of the football.
They snapped the football at 27 seconds. Of course,
After reviewing the play, the ball was on the ground, not in possession. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10. The ball was on the Jet hash at the 30.5. Please reset the game clock to 23 seconds.
So they say the play took 4 seconds.
23.
23 seconds, and again, out of timeouts. For some reason, they've spotted the football at the 36-yard line. They have moved this again.
The football is at the 30.5.
Right.
6-yard line. Thank you. 2nd down.
They're saying at the 36-yard line. That is not right. The ball was snapped at the 30. Should be at the 30. Hey, they're going to lose 6 yards here for no good reason unless somebody buzzes down from the booth.
Well, it's inside of 2 minutes, of course, so that is a...
Patriots going to lose 6 yards out of this deal. They lost it. There you go.
They heard you. They're marking it where Tom Brady received the snap. And you know, too, Jim, the yard markers, everything is moved back.
Well, you're talking, that's, you know, that's significant. I mean, you're talking if they don't complete anything here, you're talking about a 54-yard field goal try versus like a 48-yarder. Gostkowski's career long is 53.
Knowing what to do with the football as a quarterback and a receiver.
There you go. They pick up the football.
Placed in the 30.5.
Again, this is where the last play began. Just a football linked outside of the 30. And that's where they finally now have corrected things. Pass was incomplete after the review. 23 seconds, no timeouts. Brady. Boy, was he hammered when he threw it. Bart Scott. Kazor a little slow to get up.
Just a nice move by Bart Scott. Is going up the field and makes the stop and comes inside, and LaVore just not able to go with him.
Look at Kazor as both Brady and Scott fell on the back of the leg. A line that's without Stephen Neal and Matt Light, and then Vollmer injured earlier in this quarter. with patchwork line. Brady feeling the effect so far. There's the throw to Falk. He smartly steps out. He knows what to do with 15 seconds. They're going to go ahead and bring out Gostkowski.
Well, there's no doubt they were in field goal range already. This just makes it easier. Yep. And when you look at the game on TV, the Patriots, there is a little breeze on the field, and almost always here, as you look at it, it's from left to right. So the Patriots are downwind, makes it, I think, a much easier kick.
So 4th and 2, and they'll go with Gostkowski from 40 yards. Jake Ingram, rookie long snapper by way of the University of Hawaii. Send it back to Hansen. And Gostkowski's kick's got a hook. Didn't hook enough. No good.
Anytime you see the football as he kicks it, look how much it's spinning. When it spins that hard, you know it's not kicked the way they want it to go. Usually means it's kicked a little low, makes the rotation go faster, and it's off target. And for some reason on TV, of course that was close. Well, doesn't every missed field goal look close on TV?
That was no more than a football outside the goalpost. No good though by Gostkowski, just his 4th miss of the year. And the Jets will run it out in the 2nd quarter. They get the special teams touchdown.
Games turn around the NFL. It's hard to believe. Does this Patriots offense and team look like the same team we saw against the Jets in week 2? No. So you look at this game so far though. The Patriots have blocked the Jets blitz. They've made plays, and then I think the biggest thing of all, emotionally, the Patriots came out ready, no hangover, and they've just out-hit the New York Jets in the first half.
And a reminder, this game brought to you in high definition here on CBS. Gostkowski. Good boot, 4 yards deep, maybe should not have been run out. And a big lick. Put on right at about the 20 by Brandon McGowan. Dwight Lowry takes the punishing blow. And a whistle before the snap. It's like a challenge flag out by the Patriots. Belichick wants that kick return reviewed. Was there a fumble on the back end of that by Lowry?
New England is challenging the ruling on the field of down by contact at the sideline.
Bill Belichick, he challenges this. Dwight Lowry, he's hit. He thinks he's laying on the back of his defensive players, but his knee is down and the football comes out after the knee is down. And you can plainly see if the play keeps going on, the Patriots pick up the football. It should be Jets ball.
I think his right foot was also out of bounds about that time, so Jeff Triplett should keep it with the Jets.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner is down by contact. New England has charged a timeout, and they are out of challenges for the remainder of the game.
Interesting challenge by Belichick. He's 0 for 2 today on the challenges. Lost one in the first half.
Well, now he can't challenge anymore, and you know, Jim, that's a good challenge because you pick the football up there, you have a chance to end this game. So that's when you use, boy, and Dwight Lowry checking out his knee, which really got bent backwards, his left knee.
He was walloped by Brandon McGowan. By the way, Eric Alexander had picked up the football for the Patriots. So here we go with the first snap, 3rd quarter from the 20. And Jones plunges for 3.
Always look at this Patriots defense, and you know, even though they're 17th in the NFL against the rush, you just can't line up. I think some of those statistics are misleading and beat them. Vince Wilfork, the style of defense that they play, hard to get big runs, and of course very hard to go 4 and 5 yards at a clip.
A 2nd and 7. Only 2 first downs on the day for the Jets. And make it 3. McGowan, Dex, Dustin Keller, who had the only touchdown when these teams met back in September. Good for 12.
Yeah, nice throw. No huddle by the Jets. But Dustin Keller, now that they put him in as a true tight end, I think he's just become more of a weapon for Mark Sanchez. He goes against linebackers and strong safeties instead of being split out as a wide receiver.
Oh, Thomas Jones had a small crease. Took advantage for 7. Thomas Jones already in this game has now moved into the top 30 all-time rushing list in NFL history. In fact, with that run right there, he moves past Terry Allen into 29th place. He moved past Jim Taylor, the old Green Bay Packer legend, earlier in this game. Unheralded, as you pointed out when we got started today. This is performance by Jones all season long. Going to give it back to him on 2nd and 3. Bobbing and weaving and still going about a yard shy of a first. Lowry regretting, I'm sure, that he ran that one out from 4 deep.
Well, the New York Jets kind of went with that no-huddle offense, Jim. You do it to change the tempo, to give your, just to change the thought process of your players. To try to get them thinking faster and being more aggressive.
Trying to pick up a first on 3rd for the first time today. They go up the middle with it. Richardson does not make it. That's the play you said you despise. The fullback up the middle. And they're going to be about a half-yard shy.
Look up those numbers for me and tell me how many times Tony Richardson has carried the football this year.
Well, I can tell you that right now. He's carried the football grand total of, well, that's just the 4th carry of the season.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot about the numbers,
no,
but
not
you
at
do.
all.
But it just tells you, you know, Jim, give it to the guy that carries the football. And sometimes in those running plays, why I don't like it is because they're so close to the line of scrimmage. What decision can you make in such a short period of time? How much power and speed can you build up?
Oh, look who's going for it on 4th down on their own side of the field. And this crowd recognizes.
This is a no-brainer to me.
Yep.
You go for this no matter. It's not a tough decision for Rex Ryan.
Jets have been best in the league on 4th down this year. Sanchez goes low and dives across.
What a job. Did he fumble the snap? It looks like it dropped. Oh, no, he just went down low with it. But that was a good job up front. Nick Mangold, the center, gets a good little push, a little double team. Brandon Moore, the right guard, does a good job.
And they've now matched their first down total of the first half, 2 on this drive. Wilford was jumping across a little bit, and the flag was thrown. It's against the Jets. Mangold may have been a little flinchy.
False start. Number 17 in the offense.
1st and 15 now. Straight drop back. Sanchez going with the long ball, looking for Edwards. And it falls incomplete. There was a little jostling, pushing off with Bodden. Still thought Edwards might make the catch.
I did. And you know, there was more than a little. Lot of contact on the outside. Beautiful throw by Mark Sanchez. And Edwards, man, you think sometimes wide receivers, they fight so much. Well, there's a good reason why he didn't catch it.
He got his got hit
right
in the face mask.
But sometimes as you watch wide receivers go down the field, they use their arm to shield off the defender so much they can't get in position to catch the pass.
2nd and 15. And that's Jones. Mike Wright picks him down at the 47, gain of 6. 3rd and 9 on the way. Jets quickly to the line.
Patriots still got their substitutions in, though.
Edwards with 1 catch, Cotchery without 1. open. Keller has the catch at the New England 32, right between Pat Chung and Brandon Merriweather.
Yeah, I like this a lot. We saw it last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and when you watch Dustin Keller, a tight end, when you put him inside, he's just better than all the people in there trying to cover him.
That's a 21-yard pickup. Pat Chung slow to get up. His helmet collided with Keller.
And you know the big reason, Jim, they can bring him back inside and play him as a true tight end when you talk about Dustin Keller is because they went out and got Braylon Edwards. So they're not worried as much or trying to find ways to get plays to the wide receivers like they did before.
Well, that's their first third down conversion of the day. And they bring it down to the New England 32. Spin, good piece of running by Jones, a hard-working 3. So this is the deepest drive of the game so far for the Jet offense.
Yeah, really good drive by him so far. Like you said, picking up third downs. Mark Sanchez getting the football down the field a couple times. Beautiful long throw that went incomplete.
Edwards lined up to the left. Bodden on him. One for the end zone. And the catch is made by Cotchery. Touchdown, New York. Right over Will Height. 29-yard touchdown hookup. Sanchez to Cotchery.
Yeah, it's a blitz by the Patriots. It's picked up very well by the New York Jets. And then Mark Sanchez sees it to the outside that he has one-on-one. Throw it up. We see it so much in the NFL now. And a beautiful throw and a very nice catch by Jericho Cotchery.
Sanchez's 10th touchdown pass of the season. Thiele adds the point after. Well, the Jets managed 34 yards in the first half. They come out with the opening drive of the second half and pick up 85 yards of offense and a touchdown.
Look good doing it. Confidence, everybody, the pace of their offense. And then when the opportunity was there, some really good throws and catches.
Edelman. 26-yard line with a flag. Jamesy Hedebo on the tackle.
Personal foul, face mask, number 38 of the receiving team.
And there's the man, chairman and CEO of the Patriots, Robert Kraft, wife Myra, son Jonathan flanking him. Big family feast coming up. They'll celebrate Thanksgiving on Wednesday. 19 members in all. And the tradition, it's all preceded the meal by a flag football game in the yard. Here's Brady finding Edelman. He fights for a first down. This throw, by the way, was right into the wind and right into that opening ramp.
Yeah, you noticed that right away. And I'll tell you, Mark Sanchez is an all-weather quarterback. And what I mean by that, if you're going to play New England, New York, Buffalo, Green Bay, you better be able to throw spirals and be on target in the wind. There's that big opening where the wind comes this way. It's always going down, as we said, left to right. And I think he can handle the wind, the cold, and even the rain as he gets used to it.
Edelman with his second catch. By the way, Sebastian Vollmer back in at left tackle. Brady slides over, gets it away in time. Moss was covered by Revis. That was Calvin Pace who hurried the throw.
Well, part of this comeback, you said to me at halftime, I think you kind of did it with your eyebrow raised, didn't you? Can the Jets make a comeback?
I guess I did, yeah.
You know, but Jim, how many times have we seen it? Things just turn around so much in the NFL. And this Jets defense, here we are getting late in the year now, and they have proven at times they can be dominant. So you need big plays on the offense. They've got a couple, got the score. Now you need your defense to come through.
2nd and 10, Brady from the 22. Sings it in there to Welker. About a yard shy of the first. 3rd and 1 coming up. Kerry Rhodes. rammed them right on the reception.
You know, I hear that a lot. Fires the ball in there, zings it. When I watch football games on TV, you know, 99% of the time it's not true. Well, that was true. He threw that hard, and what a catch by Wes Welker.
What's my percentage? Just curious.
No, you're pretty high up there.
Okay,
You wouldn't
good.
do it because you know I'm corrected.
Because you jump all over me.
Sounds like a good pet peeve.
3rd and 1. And they go up the middle. And with a flag, Green Ellis had the first.
Eagerly use the hands. Hands to the face. Number 57 of the defense. 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Bart Scott, number 57. There you go. Oh, that's a good shot. Hands to the face. Both hands. Doesn't let go.
First down now out at the 40. Patriots first possession of the second half. And that's Maroney. And he runs out to about the 47. When he gets going like that, he reminds me so much of his former Minnesota teammate, Marion Barber.
Yeah, I think it's a good comparison, Jim. And the one thing that you got to say about Lawrence Maroney, you talked about how he's come on, is it's just the fact that how hard he's running. And he's not looking to break those 20-yarders all the time. It's good to pick up 4.
Going to get another carry. And he's about a yard shy of the first. Yesterday, Tim Tebow broke Kevin Falk's SEC record, most career touchdowns.
Look how many games it took.
And up ahead, Brady, meanwhile, keeps it for the first.
Kevin Falk is what I was going to say, but
Good
job.
12 fewer games.
That's right. And just to go to that quarterback sneak, the one thing Tom Brady has done, and I said it earlier, it's about the 6th time today. It's a quick snap. So the Jet defenders, they're not ready to crowd the line of scrimmage. Mike DeVito wasn't quite dug in to attack the center, Dan Copen. Tom Brady gets the easy first down.
Brady going to get wrapped up and dropped. Well, Sean Ellis, he has ties, if you will, to the Patriot program. When Belichick went to the Patriots, part of the compensation was a draft pick that turned out to be Sean Ellis.
Sean Ellis, what he did at that time, he went around Dan Connolly, just made good contact, and just kind of grabs Connolly and throws him to the side. But he won the initial point of attack. He made the first hit. It put Connolly on the defensive, and he got around him.
It's a loss of 5. 2 sacks for Ellis in the game. Another one is a strip sack. The 2nd and 15. Oh, what a hit. That is David Harris on Welker.
Wes Welker, boy, does he make the tough catches inside, and he does take a lot of punishment.
And he does have a career high now as far as receiving yardage. And we're still in the 3rd quarter. 151 yards today for Welker. On 3rd and long, Brady lofts this one. Over the shoulder grab, no. It's Kevin Falk. I think the pass could not have been placed any better.
No, it was perfect. Kevin Falk, they're going to treat him just like a receiver. That's why Tom Brady threw it on a low trajectory, so Eric Smith could not find the football while it was in the air.
Hanson's last punt was blocked and picked up for a touchdown. As the Jets came barreling through, and they do again. And they got a flag out of it. The Patriots do. So this of little consequence. Yeah, we'll see. It's 4th and 12.
Running into or personal foul?
That's
Looks like it's
the question.
running into. Jeff Triplett is already looking to Bill Belichick. What decision do you want?
Yeah, I think I saw Ryan holding up 5, wanting the 5-yard version of that. So it was Mike DeVito came crashing through that time along with the Hedebo.
Running into the kicker, number 70, the receiving team. That penalty is declined. First down.
Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, the New York Jets have scored 14 unanswered points here in Foxborough. Down 24-0, late second, now 24-14. With the ball from the 16, Sanchez. And that's to Cotchery out to the 37.
How good is that throw? And that is what he does best, Jim. Those type of throws. I saw him make them at USC so many times. He's a tremendous pump faker of the football and resets. He's got great feet. And he throws those, what they call skinny post and in cuts as well as anybody.
First down run, Thomas Jones. And he turns sideways to take advantage of that little crack.
How about that? Just the tempo. Now pushing them.
How about this? The Patriots have already lost 3 times this year when leading at halftime. From 02 to 08, they were 66-1. The only loss leading at the half was a game down at Miami in December of 04. Jones this time hit low by Mayo. Give him a yard.
Haven't heard that name much today, Gerard Mayo. Vince Wilfork has done a very good job inside stopping the run. But the Jets, this little bit of a hurry up. Sometimes when you hurry up on offense, it settles the defense down. They play more conservatively, and it's easier for quarterbacks and everybody to make decisions.
Right at the midfield stripe on 2nd down and 9. And that pass is that Thomas Jones. Rex Ryan told us last night, didn't he, Phil? This is going to be a better game than people think.
That's right. We came here to win. He just talks so openly. We're not tippy-toeing in this thing today.
That's right. We're not tiptoeing into that stadium. Trust me.
You can't help but laugh because he's just so honest, and he's not embarrassed of the fact that he cried this week, or he wasn't happy that he got out. He just goes, "That's who I am." He's emotional about this game.
3rd down and 9. Oh, that was thrown in the area of Keller. Seemed to be a little mix-up.
I think the mix-up is the timing that you're going to get through time. A young quarterback, a young tight end, but it's 3rd down. Look for the football. Even if he looked quick, it was not going to be complete. That football was tipped too.
Weatherford for the 5th time today. And Welker goes ahead, secures it at the 7. So from the 8, the Patriots, the 2:42 to go in the 3rd. From the goal line to throw, Moss. Gives him a little room now out to the 21.
Okay, the initial coverage, very good by the Jets. This time Randy Moss it's just Darrelle Revis sees him go and takes off with him. Looked like zone defense. So Tom Brady sees the open space in the middle of the field, looks there. Randy Moss makes it.
Brady goes over 3,000 yards passing on the season with that completion. And he's 37 yards away from a 5th straight 300-yard performance. They fake to Maroney. And they look for Stanback. That was Revis knocking it away. What do you think? What's the headline? Right?
We never know what we're going to talk about. I mean, I know if you didn't get a chance to see it last week, Brett Favre, he's a serial butt slapper. So I had to show it to Chris Collinsworth, how it goes. So you just never know what's going to come on in that show.
8 of 1 by Falk. Here's what Warren Sapp had to say, by the way, about the 4th down play by the Patriots last week.
It doesn't matter how many yards you have to defend or the amount of time on the clock. I don't trust you to win this ball game.
Well, Warren's making the point that that the Patriots said, we're not trusting the defense. So I looked at him, I go, well, how about if you look at it the other way? That Bill Belichick has so much faith and he trusts Randy Moss, Tom Brady. Oh, that's a good point. So it's however you look at it. If your team's built for the offense, then you put the responsibility on them.
3rd and 9. Needing to get to the 31. Flags first.
Delay a game. Offense, number 12. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
You know, I'm going to go back to it. I even said to this Warren Sapp, we didn't get a chance to really talk about it on the air, but just to, Jim, you know, when I played for the Giants, we had a great defense. There was Lawrence Taylor. We could be up by 1 point with 3 minutes to go in good field. We're going to run it 3 times and gain 1 yard and punt it and make our defense win the game. You know, I didn't look at the coach and go, wow, you have no faith in us. I'd go, that's what I would do. Play to the strength of your football team.
3rd and 14. And again, they're after Brady. And they run him down. David Harris and Sean Ellis.
Well, this Jets defense has definitely got into the rhythm and doing a good job of covering the receivers. Tom Brady, if he holds it just a little bit too long, there's been pressure on him. Nobody open down the field. And Rex Ryan, he says, I'm learning my defense. And most of all, he thinks his philosophy and personnel matches up very well against his Patriots offense.
Hansen with Cotchery way back there. You see him. Last time he returned punts, Cotchery, was back in 2006. Patriots punting to begin it. 24-14 New England. Jim Nantz, Bill Sims here for this AFC East matchup. They protect the punter this time. And Hansen to Cotchery. Made the catch in traffic, and he goes out of bounds near midfield. This has turned into a good one. Now the Jets, they fake, and Sanchez down the field. He's picked. 3rd pick by Bodden today.
Jericho Cotchery is, well, I thought he was open when he comes across the field. Both receivers, not great separation in what they were trying to do. So Sanchez, as he looks down the field, Braylon Edwards goes deep. Cotchery comes underneath. And he was throwing it to number 89, Jericho Cotchery, and he just overthrew it.
Boy, Bodden doing a nice job of putting his hand under the football, under the nose of the football, to keep it off the ground.
Here he goes. Jericho Cotchery going across the field. That little sail, that's a nice job by Wilhite coming underneath and making Mark Sanchez try to drop it in there. And the fact that he tries to do that, it's overthrown a few yards. Lee Bodden comes off of Braylon Edwards and makes the catch.
Bodden had 2 picks coming in on the year, now has 5. As Brady goes for the short pass to Welker. David Harris right on his back, holds him to 4.
I tell you, I look back at that last interception though, Jim. Just Jonathan Wilhite, the fact that how he played it off of a long play action pass, knowing once that receiver goes up the field, I have help covering going across.
2nd and 6, Maroney. Boy, he was tiptoeing through there. Just finding a little freedom. Some nice work for a 1st down.
Yeah, he was waiting just for that first little space, and it's a good job. Boy, look at Logan Mankins. How about that block? Nick Kazir pulls around. Logan Mankins still blocking his man. That's why Maroney is allowed to, or could, just keep pushing the pile for the 1st down.
Guys, they come to you. Come to you.
And with the ground game, oh, a nice sidestep. Maroney pulls ahead up to the 44, gain of 8.
Well, in the NFL, you got to run sideways, Jim, sometimes. And that's just what happened that last play. Lawrence Maroney went sideways. Calvin Pace, free, comes in, thinks he's going to make the hit. 95, there it is, 97. Not even able to touch him.
2nd down and 2. Green Ellis has the first. They think they're pretty close. If all indications, Sammy Morris could be coming back soon for the Patriots. He's been out for quite a while.
A lot of running backs in this team and a tremendous depth, and they've needed this year with the injuries too. And it's kind of funny, isn't it? The Patriots looking, how are we going to move the football, and all of a sudden they have it in them to just be powerful and pick up a couple first downs with running.
Go shotgun on 1st down. Again, they had a hold of the back of Brady. Mike DeVito. It's kind of what it looked like when they met the first time this year.
Yeah, good pressure up front, Mike DeVito, and it's the worst thing you can have as a quarterback is the offensive lineman in full retreat, getting in your way. Tom Brady sensed it right away through all the experience he has of standing in there, moves and gets rid of the football.
Got a 2nd and 10 from the 48.
Delay of game, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Now the Patriots are the highest scoring team in the league in the first half of games. They have not put anything on the board so far in the 2nd half today. When it comes to high scoring affairs, they may be in store for a great one next week when they play at New Orleans. Undefeated New Orleans. Next up on the schedule there for New England. 2nd and 15. Welker bounces off the Rhodes and then thrown down. Ball's out. Recovered by the Patriots anyway. That was Kevin Faulk again. Smartly running over there and falling on it, but they may have ruled him down.
Tom Brady has taken a lot of hits today, and that was so clever of how they got there that time. That's Westerman. He was at the line of scrimmage, took off like he was going to run back in pass coverage, and then turned around and blitzed, and the offensive linemen of the New England Patriots turned their attention away and looked elsewhere.
Boy, had they ruled that a fumble, Faulk's recovery would have been enough for the first. Of course, they're out of challenges on the New England side, so it's 3rd and 2. And Green Ellis, Sione Buaha has a good hold of him and a loss of a yard. And they're bringing out Hansen. 4th and 3.
Boy, good job up front, just getting penetration. And is that Mike DeVito again? No, that's Buaha. Sorry, Jim. He just rips through the block and gets in the backfield and makes the play.
Hansen sends it down to the 7. There are the Jets with a flag. Thomas riding down Thomas Jones.
False start. 81 in the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still 1st down.
And in the AFC East, what a nice turnaround by the Dolphins after an 0-3 start. They won Thursday night against Carolina. They're 5-5. And the Jets at 4-5 after their 3-0 start. And swept already by Miami, so that's an absolutely crucial weekend here for the Jets. Need to mount the rally. They've already come back from 24-0. Jones skips out to about the 8th. 2nd and 4. You look at some of these divisions with Indianapolis so well in control of the South. And if Cincinnati wins today with Pittsburgh's surprising loss and Baltimore's loss, teams they've already swept, my goodness, are they in good shape there? Might be talking the top 2 seeds out of those two, Indy and Cincy. As Sanchez gets away from the goal line situation, fires it downfield, intercepted Merriweather. 4th pick of the day.
Such a good job by Mark Sanchez getting out of the pocket, but we've talked about it a few times today. The coverage, the young defensive backs of the Patriots, they stay right with the receivers, and Brandon Merriweather just following the quarterback, knows as he's running left, your window where you got to throw the football is so small. Usually it's right down the sideline, and he's there to make the interception.
Lee Botton right in the middle of it. He had the first 3 picks. Now Merriweather has one, his 3rd of the season.
What you learn as a rookie, Jim, you just got to throw those type of footballs away. In the NFL, as a quarterback, you got to give up on quite a few of them. Don't take chances.
Brady going for Moss. Now look how he shielded. They throw the flag on Revis. Or is it on Moss?
Pass interference, offense, number 81. 10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Darrelle Revis is in position. Oh, Randy Moss puts his arms around Revis because he doesn't want him to make the interception.
Those interceptions that Revis has of Brady, those balls are on the shelf at home. Doesn't save them all, but those 2 especially marked. Prized possessions. I need one by Revis here for this Jets team. Stay in it. Here's the sideline throw to Welker, and it's a catch.
And so far, I know Randy Moss caught a touchdown, but overall, Darrelle Revis has had another outstanding day when he's covering him one-on-one.
Brady bringing it down to the 20-yard line. That's Welker with yet another catch. That one's for 12. Cole on the coverage. Look at that, 301 receptions with New England, most in NFL history in the first 40 games with a new team, including 14 catches today. Brady 5 away from 300 yards. He needs 5 for the first. Edelman makes the move. Oh, Edelman, what a cut he makes. Picked up 6.
I think what they were trying to do was fake the short screen pass to Edelman, and then he wants to throw it deep down the field. It's not open. Tom Brady reloads, gets it to Edelman, and what a job getting the first down.
I'd like to welcome many of you just joining us now. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms at New England. Tom Brady and the Patriots at the 14-yard line, leading by 10. Here's the give, Maroney. And he's down to the 11. Brady, with that last completion, just tied Bledsoe for the franchise record, 5 straight 300-yard games. And that's one off tying the NFL record of 6 consecutive. I want to tell those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching, again, the NFL on CBS. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately after the game, except on the West Coast, where it'll be seen at its normal time. Patriots have not scored in this second half. They led 24-0 midway through the second quarter as Maroney barrels ahead, and they say the knee's down just about a half yard shy. 9 gained by Maroney.
What a job up front by the Patriots offensive linemen. And you know, when you see offensive linemen just stuck to those defensive guys, they can't get away. That gives that running back that opportunity. Lawrence Maroney running hard. And Logan Mankins again on the left side. Dan Copeland, good blocks to help him get down there.
Brady trying to sneak it across and unable to do so. Patriot touchdowns today, won by the defense. Lee Boughton with a 53-yard run back of a Sanchez pass. Maroney on a run, and Brady on a throw to Moss.
Pretty good quick snap by Tom Brady, trying to get in there.
Trying to go behind Copeland and Connolly.
And look at that. Once he's up, David Harris.
He'll do it again, and still driving. The pile being pushed, and they still mark him short.
Boy, that time I thought he got in. The initial surge was pretty good.
Hey, 57, we don't need that. We don't need it, all right?
Here we go from the side. Does the football break the plane? Boy, no, I thought that initial surge was a lot better. It gets close.
And I thought the second surge might have gotten there, but they basically gave him no gain. They got Maroney lined up in the eye as the tailback. He'd love to have a second one on the day. He's going to get a chance. Maroney's in for the touchdown.
Not only do they score the touchdown, it's the time off the clock, too, in that drive.
Comes off the pick.
Boy, Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, good lead block. Really nobody there to even defend against the run by Lawrence Maroney. They were playing the quarterback sneak one more time on the defensive side.
Gostkowski makes it 31-14. We're back with 5 minutes to play. Lawrence Maroney with a 2-touchdown game. 8 plays off the Merriweather pick. 6 touchdowns in the last 5 games for Maroney. Run back by Clowney. Still going. Works it well out to the 35. Sanchez and the Jets from the 34. He has been intercepted on his last 2 attempts. And that's Jones. Twisting for almost 10.
Well, at 31-14, you still play with caution if you're the New York Jets. Of course, you still want to win the game, but there's no use putting your quarterback in a position to make another mistake.
Jones had enough for a first on that last carry. This one for 4 more.
When you talk about the Jets, where they came into this game, I know Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator, Rex Ryan, they were hoping to get Mark Sanchez off to a really good start, get his confidence going. It didn't work that way, but he rallied, and they had quite a few chances here in the second half.
Flings it over to Richardson. Takes it over to the New England side of the field. There's Jones.
And you know, too, Jim, you got to give this Patriots defense a lot of credit. They did not want to let, of course, a rookie quarterback get comfortable, so they pressured him a little more than they probably did the first time they played.
Well, we're back with the Jets driving. They have not scored in the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter any game this year, as Jones gallops for another quick 14. They're the only team in the league not to have scored in the last 5 minutes. Jones adding to his total here late in the game. He's run hard all day long. He's close to 100 now. 20 for 94. Nope, no, he's over it. That last one, in fact. They update the official stats. Sanchez from behind. And a recovery by the Patriots. Stripped by Banta Kane. And recovered by Derek Burgess.
Trying to go down the field. Pump faking, letting the receiver get the extra move in. And that was a long time to hold the football. Tully Banta Kane coming from the backside against the Prickashaw Ferguson. Oh, and it's going to be a shame for Mark Sanchez. Keller was open over the middle, but it just took too long. And how about Tully Banta Kane? Well, you think the Patriots didn't miss him last week early in the game? He goes out with an injury, not able to rush Peyton Manning. When he was in there early in the game, he did have success too. Goes out to San Francisco, Jim. He's not a big part of their football team. Comes back to the Patriots and maybe their best pass rusher so far this year.
And that's Maroney out to the 30. Dan Maroney. New England on its way now to 7-3. Indianapolis perfect 10-0. And Cincinnati going to have to hold its breath here. With a Janikowski field goal try, you got to figure that would win it for the Raiders if he converts. But for the Patriots standpoint, Phil, you look at Miami at 5-5. They have a date with Miami a couple of weeks away down in Miami.
Yeah, they do. You know, Miami just showing, man, they're showing how resilient they are, the way they played without Ronnie Brown, winning on a Thursday night in Carolina. And Jim, as we've seen every year, though, it's don't start predicting too early who's going to win these division races.
Well, you've got New Orleans next on the Patriots schedule. They go on the road again, play a nighttime game against an undefeated team. Then at Miami, Carolina, Buffalo.
So those next two games at New Orleans and then division rival Miami Dolphins.
As you can see on your scoreboard, the Raiders have kicked the field goal with seconds to go. And here's Brady on 3rd and 7. Picks up the first down. That is Welker out to the 41, and that is now the best game of the year total reception-wise in the league. He was tied at 14 before that catch with the Dallas Clark performance from earlier in the season. Catch number 15.
Yeah, just an excellent job. They stack the receivers and lets Wes Welker get off the line of scrimmage. Nobody can hit him. And smart football player, knows where the first down is, hooks it up. Good timing with Tom Brady too.
So the Patriots, well, they come up with 4 picks here in this game, and Welker with just an amazing performance here. 15 catches.
Yeah, who do we talk about first? You know, Wes Welker, tremendous job today. But I think as you look at the Patriots and you look down the road, what gives them a chance to really proceed and be a big-time factor in the playoffs? Of course, I think we know they probably will be. But I think it's their defensive backs, Jim, and they just keep getting a little better.
Second down and 8 with a minute to go. Minute and change. Maroney.
But, you know, to go back to the point I was making about the defensive backs, even when I watched that Indianapolis game where a lot of people play a little soft and scared against that Indianapolis pass offense, I thought the Patriots really challenged them and had some success in many parts of the game. Their big problem was their defensive linemen. They had too many people missing. They got tired, couldn't pressure the quarterback. And, you know, for the New York Jets, as you watch this game as it goes down, Mark Sanchez, you know, the Jets, I know things are not working out the way they hope, but the defense is playing well.
Down the field they go. How about that? Looking for Moss. Looking for Moss and Rivas, and one more little score to try to settle there.
But for the Jets, the playoffs, of course, still a possibility. You're always still in it. But it's about making their quarterback, Mark Sanchez, just keep making strides, getting him better, and then just giving yourself even a better opportunity next year to fight for the playoffs.
Timeout, New England.
Well, that's how you get it done with the football team today. Running the football, they made some passes, defense scores for you.
Yeah,
Four interceptions.
Moss had 5 for 34, Phil, but it was Welker with 15 for 192. Patry out of bounds at the 22. Well, with New England winning and Cincinnati losing, San Diego winning out west. Well, look at this battle. And what well, shapes up as a race for the #2 seed in the other first week bye. Cincinnati, San Diego, New England sitting atop the divisions, but the surprising loss for the Bengals, giving up 10 points in the last minute out there in Oakland. Cincinnati and San Diego, by the way, will be tangling on December the 20th out west. Sanchez to Patry. He's not going down without a fight, all the way to the New England 45, and picks up 33 yards and 5 seconds to go. The Jets call a timeout for one last throw. Rex Ryan, all that talk this week about his impassioned talk generated tears, and he wasn't making any apologies last night when we talked about it. I'm going to be myself. I came here to be a champion, and we're going to get it done. And I know, you know how passionate I am. People might take it as a sign of weakness, but I believe in myself. And you know he does.
Yeah, he does. And you know, I thought the Jets, they came in, I think they were emotionally ready to play the game and everything that you talk about, Jen. You know, sometimes you're just not better than the team you're facing. The New England Patriots all day long with a better football team, or most of the day.
Moss comes in here, Phil. Remember, he has a pick already on the season to help protect that Hail Mary throw. Coming to the end zone, and it's up in the air, and it falls incomplete. We got a final here in Foxborough. 31-14 New England.